But next year, I'm getting out. Neck ass. What you talking about? I'm back with another video. It's your boy G-Reg. Thank you for tuning in to G-Reg TV. This is my first topic I'll be covering on my channel. I get a whole lot of questions about this all the time, that people always ask me, my friends and people that's interested in doing it, people that I meet, people I work with, all that kind of stuff. You wouldn't be able to tell it if you looked at it, but hear me out. I'm in the Army, and no, these are not dreads, and yes, my beard is too long, but I can explain all of this. So, what had happened was, when COVID started, we had stopped coming in, and then once we had stopped coming in, and we started having virtual drills, then I was like, I mean, since we ain't going in, ain't no point in me. Well, technically, my hair, I can make my hair in regs, and my beard is kind of out of regs, but I can cut it to get it to where it needs to be. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just to help whoever has thoughts of joining the military. So the first thing I'll be covering is, why do you want to join the military? That's the first thing. If you feel like this is your last resort and you don't have nothing else to do, or you don't have nothing else on your plate, then by all means, give it a try. But don't join the military unless you have a plan. There's too many people I meet that be in the military and they don't have no end goal. They just in, and they just wasting time. If you're gonna be in the military, have a goal. That's number one. Don't join the military unless you have an end goal. If you want to do 20 years, make sure you pick you a MOS. An MOS is basically your job. Make sure you pick you a MOS that when you get out, you won't be stuck doing no dumb shit. No dumb stuff. Sorry. I'm not trying to bash any of the MOSs, but don't get an MOS. If you want to secure you a job, if you decide to get out at any point, don't get no cook. Don't get no combat engineer. Don't get no wild ass MOS that don't match up with what you want to do if you get out. That's all I got to say about that. If you have thoughts of let's just say you want to be an IT person and as your end goal, and you want to join the military. Join the military in an IT profession. So when you get out, you'll have the experience that when jobs look at it, you'll be able to get a job in IT. And you won't have to go, well, you probably still have to get your certification and stuff like that, but you won't have to go get a 4-year degree and all this other stuff. Because 4-year degrees they're slowly being like, knowing, like, it'll help you. I'm not saying it's not gonna help you and it's pointless, but there's more ways to make a living than besides with a 4-year degree. Like, you don't need it. It's not required in a lot of jobs. They just want to see that you got the experience. Look, that you got the experience, and that you got, and you just know what you're doing. But like I said, don't join the military unless you have a plan. Number two. Number two, make sure when you join the military, decide what branch you want to go. There's all these different stereotypes on every branch. Let's say you're a person that you don't necessarily like being out in the wilderness and doing all this extra stuff. Maybe you might want to join the Air Force or the Navy. The Army and the Marines might not be the best thing for you. If you gonna have a problem with sleeping outside for two to I can't speak today. For 2 to 4 weeks or a month, if you want to be one of the people that's gonna end up being outside in a tent or in a foxhole for training 2 months in a hole somewhere, if you don't want to do that, don't join the Army. Or at least, actually no, because you probably still end up doing it anyway. Honestly, don't. If you're in the Army or the Marines, I can't really speak on the Marines, but I'm imagining it's kind of similar. But if you don't want to end up outside, for the most part, any branch you'll end up outside regardless. But if you have a problem with the elements, don't join the Army and don't join the Marines. Because your ass will be outside for training. I'm telling you that right now. You can get whatever MOS you want. IT, human resources, medic, all that other stuff. Your ass still gonna be outside for training. That's just how it is. If you in the Army or the Marines, it don't matter where your MOS is, you're gonna spend some time outside. I'm sorry. This is how it is. I don't know about the Navy and the Air Force, but I'm assuming for the most part they have their training indoors, because I mean the Air Force, their job is to monitor and secure our skies, and the Navy, their job is to monitor and secure our seas. So who does the land? The Army and the Marines. And the Marines is still like part of the Navy, but y'all get what I'm saying. This is number 3. Rule number 3. If you join the military, right? I'm telling you this right now. So when you join the military, right? There's all these people that always want to huff it out when they get hurt. I'm not saying complain about every little thing that happened, but guys, if you get hurt, don't try to be a hero. I mean, actually being real serious. Don't try to be a hero and huff it out and don't say nothing to nobody. Because at the end of the day, they don't say it, but in the military, you are a number. You are a tick mark. Your number on the roster. You are a percentile. You are a statistic. That's all it is. You are your number. That's what I've seen. I've been in the military since 2012. And can't nobody tell me different. And you are a body. Yes, you'll get personalized with your squad leaders and your platoon leaders and your commanders and all them other people. They gonna have for the most part, your best interest at heart. But the military as a whole, as it pertains to you, you're a number. So if something happens to you, don't be trying to be Mr. and Mrs. Hero that you mess your whole body up because you don't want to complain. Because next thing you know, you're going to have your body messed up. And when you get out, because you never said nothing, now you can't get paid on the civilian side once you get out. On your you can't do no disability claim or nothing like that. And now you stuck with these injuries that the military that the military caused, and now you ain't getting no money for it. Now you just hurt. And last time I checked, health insurance when you're not in the military is crazy. They be tweaking. How much it costs for a family? Shit. Make you not wanna have a family. Make you not wanna have a family. How much that thing cost, man? They be tweaking for the health insurance now. They be like, and then the dental and eye care is not even part of. How much sense that make? You have health insurance, but they separate your dental and eye care. Like it's a whole nother section of your body. How much sense that make? You go get health insurance for your body, but you got to get a separate eye and dental. That don't even make sense, man. Don't try to be a hero. Something wrong with you, go get it checked out. Something happened to you while you on duty, go get it checked out. Don't be stupid. All right, what's the next one? Number 4. Everybody be scared to join the military because they think they're about to get sent on the front line. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's honestly no such thing as a front line no more. It's really not. All the technology we have in 2020, unless you a Navy SEAL, unless you Special Forces, the Cav Scout guys, Field Artillery people, yeah, unless you got one of those on foot assault MOSs, most likely you're not gonna be on no front line. You're really not. And this varies by MOS, but I'm talking about for the majority of MOSs of people getting jobs like freaking I'm using frontline very lightly because you'll probably still be in our combat zone, but we don't have. There's no such thing as really a front line anymore, for the most part. But yeah. So just because you join the military, you're not gonna just be thrown on the front line. They're gonna train you like that, depending on what your MOS is. Every branch has its baseline training, and then you get specialty training depending on what job you get. But the baseline training, they're gonna train you in the worst case scenario job that you'll get. So you'll be on ranges, doing your quals, you'll be your FTX trainings, you'll be out in the field, doing all those kinds of things. But for the most part, no, they're not gonna just throw you on the front line. That's not how it works. Number 5, what we got? Oh, hair. I think it is a very controversial topic when it comes to hair in the military. And I know all the black people in the military can agree with me. Not even all the black people. Everybody who has non-straight hair. I'll say that. If your hair is anything other than straight, you'll probably agree with me on this one. But hair standards in the military need to change. One, because I'm just gonna say it. If you are in a unit that's predominantly white or black, the hair standards are gonna change depending on that, right? So if you got a commander or squad leaders that know nothing about how to take care of the type of hair that minority groups usually have, right? So coarse, curly, all that kind of stuff. Your hair doesn't grow straight, right? So you got to do a lot more to our hair in order for it to fit that standard, you know? So when you do certain things, they try to, if you go through all the Army and military hair regulations, anybody that has a brain can look at it and tell that the standards are geared towards like black people. Like it's a fact. Like if you look at one of the AR 670-1 regs, there's this long. The passage is long, and they go into so much detail when they talk about black hair in the regs. It's crazy. But then when they talk about all the other hair types that white people usually have, they don't go into that much detail. But when they specifically get to hairstyles, how to wear your hair, and stuff like that. They go into a lot of detail when it comes to us. So that's one downside that I don't like in the military. Is the hair standards aren't equal. As you can tell right now, like I said before, no, these are not dreads. This is just a twist. I can take it out and my hair will be in rings. But only thing is, if I wear, I just need my glass table, man. God dang. God dang. God dang. That's tough. But no, look. So if you're gonna have a problem with cutting your hair and trying to conform to the standard that they have everybody at, just know that that's gonna be something that you're gonna have to overcome on your own. So do that at your own risk. We're going to go into number 5 or number 6. So my last thing I'm gonna cover, and I noticed y'all in this list I didn't really go over the things people usually go over. I wanted to go over things that are gonna matter to you. Things that are actually the people let hey. It's like no things that people actually care about when they get in. Like, of course I could have went through the regular checklist that people want to know about the military, but I wanted to go over things that people actually that affect people. The last thing I'm gonna go over is tweaking. Join the military with an open mind, right? So, yes, have a plan before you get in the military, because if you don't have a plan, the recruiter is just going to do what they need to do to get their numbers, right? They don't care what MOS you pick. And I'm not talking about all recruiters, but the vast majority of them, they just trying to get their quota, because that's what they get paid for. They get paid to get people in the military. So don't wait till you get to the recruiter to figure out what you want to do. But join the military with an open mind. There's so many opportunities in the military. For me, I used I don't necessarily want to. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I don't necessarily want to retire from the military. I have been in for almost 10 years now. A lot of people would think, oh, you might as well. You did 10. You might as well do that. No, I'm not gonna might as well do nothing. First of all, 10 years is a long ass time. And the military is so much BS that you gotta deal with. And sometimes you be like, man, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. And there's nothing you can say that's gonna keep me in. Next thing you know, that's you standing there and signing one more year. But next year, I'm getting out. Neck ass. What you talking about? Join the military with an open mind. Don't, unless you have a family, because then you'll be messing around with other people's lives too, because I know your wife or your husband lives somewhere and your kids want to go to school wherever and all this other stuff. So your choice could have an impact on your life with your family. But if you're single, you don't have any other obligations, by all means, take every opportunity that comes your way. It's gonna be opportunity one after the other. And I want to say this too: no person's career in the military is gonna be the same. Everybody joins the military under their own agenda, you know. Everybody has their own goals that they want to meet. I wanted to use the military as a vehicle to get experience in a couple of different jobs that I wouldn't mind seeing myself having once I got out, as well as trying to secure a clearance. That's like one of the top priorities you should make on your list if you join the military. A clearance is so valuable especially the higher the clearance you get. I'm not gonna go into details about the level of clearance that I have, but you can definitely use that as a vehicle, because the higher the clearance, the harder to get the clearance, and then once you get the clearance, more money, you can make more money on top of the experience you already have. So let's say you have experience doing one job as an electrician. I'm just gonna say electrician. Let's just say electricians make at the peak 60,000, 70,000 a year, right? If you're an electrician with a secret, top secret, or anything in the other classifications of the top secret, the higher they go. If you're an electrician with a top secret clearance, the difference in salary could be about $10,000. You never know. $10,000 and up, depending on where you live. So you should really make it a goal to also get a clearance while you're in the military, because it can take you a long way. Hopefully I cleared up some air about whether or not you'll be comfortable joining the military. If you think I should cover it in something else, just put it in the comments. Remember, like and subscribe. Hopefully this video helped you. And I'll catch y'all next time on G-Reg TV. I'm out.